What is up, everybody? Matt Modi here to give you my favorite NBA player prop picks for Thursday. So tomorrow's NBA betting slate, depending on when you watch this. We're talking game 2, Wolves versus Thunder. I'm going to give you my favorite picks to lock in for this game. Couple leans for you guys as well. It's actually going to be only one official play that I am tracking, but I do have some leans if you are looking for a little bit more action or like parlay pieces, stuff like that. We'll talk about that for this game. Before we get into it, let's do a recap. And I'm recapping game 1 of this series because I'm recording this before game 1 of the Pacers-Knicks game has started. So I don't have a recap on whether or not Jalen Brunson went under 2.5 made three-pointers. We did cash out Anthony Edwards and his over 11.5 rebounds plus assists. Now, it was a sweat. He had 12, but still counts as a win all the same. And that continues a pretty nice run that we are on with these NBA player props. Now, I've played the playoffs incredibly light. I haven't played something every single day. I definitely haven't played something for every single game, but the minimal plays that I've had have gone well in the month of May. Now, I will admit, I am being a little bit selective by telling you the month of May because I am conveniently, and I am admitting this, taking out the beginning of the NBA playoffs, which did not go so well. So, the first couple days of the NBA playoffs didn't go well. So I took a break, took a hiatus, focused on home runs, slowly eased my way back into NBA. And it's been good. So in the month of May, up over 4 units. Again, playing this incredibly light. I played one ladder. Of course, that was one of the plays that lost. Not just the ladder, but the main line. But all in all, very, very good. That includes cashing out Anthony Edwards, depending on when you're watching this, last night or Tuesday night. And then hopefully Jalen Brunson comes through tonight by not coming through with his 3-point prop. Now, my official play that I am locking in for this game is Naz Reid, and I'm taking him over 1.5 made 3-pointers. Now, the odds on this admittedly did move. I was able to lock him in at -115. That is what I took myself. That is what I sent out to my Tails account as well. And Tails is just my account where I send all my plays out. So, like, if you want to lock in everything that I'm playing, but you don't want to watch the YouTube videos, Tails account is for you. Now, it did bump up to -132. I don't love that. I would still take it. It's my only play, so I feel a little bit better about the higher units, or the worse odds, because it's the only play that I'm locking in. If it was a bunch of -132 plays, that would be a different story. But I'm still comfortable taking it there. And I will say, I actually went on a profit, and I tried to see if I can get +100. That's probably not going to happen considering how the market has moved, but either way, if you're not on my Tails account and you can only lock in this price, I would still take it. So it feels gross taking Naz Reid and his 3-point prop after game 1. He went 0 for 7. He did not make a single 3-pointer. He was 1 of 11 from the field. He scored 4 points. Bad, 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 bad. What I like is that volume, and that's the most important thing here. 7 3-point attempts. And I don't think that is an outlier in this matchup. I think this is going to be a big Naz Reid series. He's generally a pretty good shooter. He's a very valuable backup 5 for the Timberwolves. He just couldn't make jack in game 1. I'm not expecting that to continue in game 2. If he puts up another 7 shots, I would be very, very confident that he would make at least 2 3-pointers. And let's run through the numbers. Let's just look at games this year where he has taken at least 7 3-pointers. Every single game where he's taken 7 3-pointers. Now, obviously, that's a big volume. That's a high volume. I just want to show you. He's hit 2 or more in 90% of games this year. 31 of 34 games. Basically, prior to this game, this year he had only not hit 2 3-pointers twice when he has taken at least 7 3-point attempts. Now, 7 is a lot. Let's say he takes between 5 and 7. We're going to put the floor at 5. We're going to put the ceiling at 7. Guess what? That's still a 68% hit rate. 36 of 53 games. No, that's 5 of 8. Excuse me. 5 of 7. Still good. Don't worry. Still good. 63.6% hit rate. 28 of 44 games. He's made at least 2 3-pointers when taking between 5 and 7 3-pointers. Now, this matchup against the Thunder, it's a good matchup for guys like Naz Reid and their 3-point prop. The reason he took 7 3-point attempts, it's how the Thunder play defense. They are an incredibly aggressive ball pressure kind of defense. You want to know who struggled? Anthony Edwards. You want to know why? The Thunder give up the 8th fewest points per game via Pick and roll ball handler, the second fewest points per game via isolation, and nothing in transition. Now, transition doesn't matter for the 3-point prop, just telling you about their defense. You want to know one of the areas in which they are weak? Spot up shooters. You want to know who scores the majority of their points as a spot up shooter? That would be one Naz Reid. He stretches the floor on defense. He is there to catch and shoot. And you look at his history against the Thunder. Now, this is misleading. The 3 games he went over, Rudy Gobert did not play in any of these 3 games. And if you take it out, what you are going to see is that with Rudy Gobert, he has yet to make 2 3-pointers against the Thunder. Again, you need to look a little bit deeper than that. Let's look at the volume. 5 3-point attempts, 7 3-point attempts. We just went through the numbers of how many times Naz Reid has made 2 or more 3-pointers when taking between 5 and 7 3-point attempts. It's over 60% of the time. So it was the perfect storm in game 1 where he could not make a shot, but he's going to be open. That's by design of the Thunder defense. So I really, really like going to it. I understand that it's going to be scary. This is a classic fade up recent results, flip-flop type of play. You look at what happened in game 1 and you think, all right, what's not going to sustain? I think this terrible shooting from Naz Reid, I don't think that is going to sustain. So this is my official play. This is the only one that I'm locking in as part of my record. Again, I was able to get it at -115 odds. Even if you can only get it at -132, I'm still good taking it because it's the only official play that I have. In terms of leans, now, one thing that I got right with the lean in game 1 was SGA. I thought he was going to score over 31.5 points. And one thing that I got wrong with a lean was I also thought the Timberwolves were going to cover the spread. They did not come close. The first half, sure, I should have taken the first half spread, but I didn't. Regardless, I kind of like the under for SGA in game 2. Now, he took a ton of shots. He took 27. So if you're looking at the volume, you're going to say, okay, he shot 10 of 27. That doesn't bode well for an under in the next game when you just look at the volume. But you look at the free throw attempts, 14. The entire world was complaining about how SGA was reffed in game 1. The reason why I am not officially placing this bet is because this is based on conjecture. I think he is going to be officiated differently in game 2. I don't think the NBA wants the same flop fest that SGA put up in game 1. Now, SGA is an awesome player. I'm not saying that he's only good because he flops. What I am saying is that I think that the Timberwolves are going to be aggressive guarding him, and I think that the whistle isn't going to be as tight as it was in game 1. So I would lean towards him going under 32.5 points. Do I have the stones to place that bet? No, especially when you look at the odds. -130 is gross. Now, I don't hate -124. It's a little bit better at Bet Rivers. Still too gross for my liking. That's why I am leaving that as just a lean as opposed to an official play. Another lean that I like is another shooter on the Timberwolves. Granted, he's not nearly as good as I wanted Jaden McDaniels, and he's not nearly as good as Naz Reid. But I kind of like Jaden McDaniels and his 3-point prop as well. Now, he only took 3 in game 1, so it's a lot scarier for him than it is in Naz Reid. The odds are also a lot better. You can get +185. So if you're taking him half unit, again, this is just a lean. I want to give you guys a wide variety of stuff if in case you want to put like a same game parlay together and stuff. But it would be a lean on him over 1.5 made 3-pointers. Or if you do play it straight up, +185 at Caesars, that's a half unit. Definitely not worth the full unit McSlam. But similar logic to Naz Reid. If you look at the head-to-head, it's also a little bit scary. Now, 5 3-point attempts is good. 6 is good. 6 is good. 0 is not good. 3 is not good. So 3 of the 5 games, he had the volume that you would like. He couldn't make anything. And again, let's say he puts up 5 3-point attempts, which he did in 3 of the games. How frequently is he making 2 3-pointers when he takes 5? Not as good as Naz Reid. Let's look at the entire season. Still only 48% of the time with 5 attempts, which is why this is at +185, which is why this one is a little bit scarier. But I think the attempts are going to be there for him. Another spot-up guy who didn't play that great is Dante DiVincenzo. 12 3-point attempts. 12. Again, it's by design for the Thunder defense. So I think if you just want to go with the bench guys. Like his over 2.5, he hit this in the first game on 12 attempts. It's still plus 120, plus 122, excuse me. Didn't even shoot that well. And he hit this over. So, you know, if you want to spray the board with the 3-point props for the Timberwolves, because there's going to be a game where they shoot a lot better. And it's going to be the catch and shoot guys. It's going to be McDaniels. It's going to be Naz Reid. It's going to be Dante DiVincenzo. Again, my official play is Naz Reid because the minutes for him are going to be there. They like having someone like him to stretch the floor. And I mean, the minutes are going to be there for McDaniels as well. He's just way, way more unreliable in terms of will he take the jump shots, then will he make them? Naz Reid's a much better shooter. Granted, the odds reflect that. And then DiVincenzo should get minutes. He should get the 30 that he played, but his minutes are a little bit more spotty than they are the other guys. Like we see 16 here, 26. 26 is better, and then you look at the head-to-head against with these two teams. He only played in one of the games, and he took 7 shots. So 3 on 7 still isn't that bad. But yeah, that's where I'm looking at for this game on the Thunder side. It would be the SGA under 32.5. On the Timberwolves side, my official play, Naz Reid over 1.5 made 3-pointers. But you want to do a half unit sprinkle on Dante DiVincenzo making 3 and where's Jaden McDaniels making 2. I don't think that's crazy. That's kind of how I'm looking at this game. But that's all we got. So one official banger for you guys to lock in. I should have mentioned this at the beginning, but Props Madness is the tool that you see on the screen here, the tool that I'm going through with all the filters. Very, very helpful for if you're looking at basically anything with the NBA. Also with the WNBA as well, if you want to get into that. I appreciate everybody for watching. Check out Props Madness. Check out my Tails account, which is in the description of the video. Make sure to bet responsibly and have a good one.